So how does all this relate to smoking? The way that I'm doing the hypnosis in smoking is actually the very same way that I used the hypnosis for myself in the hospital. Smoking is an addiction. If I call it anything else, I'm lying to you. So how do we beat addiction? A lot of people beat addiction by going cold turkey. They just stop using their drug of choice. That's fine. That works. I did it. And I'll tell you, it's one of the most difficult ways to quit smoking that there is. The reason it's so difficult is because when you stop smoking and you take away that nicotine, you start feeling pangs of withdrawal pangs. Nicotine is a drug. It's a very fast-acting drug. As soon as you light up almost, you start feeling the nicotine rush into your system. But because it's so fast-acting, it's also short-lived. We're inhaling it through the smoke of the cigarette. We're also inhaling about 400 other compounds, including cyanide. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm not here to put you down about it. I'm here to say that if you only quit the drug, but you do nothing to change your mental outlook on the drug, you're going to wind up looking at people who smoke, and you're going to wind up wishing that you still could. You're going to wind up hoping that, things will get better. You're going to find substitutes. I did. I put pencils in my mouth. I put pieces of wood. I was working as a carpenter at the time. I put pieces of wood in my mouth to chew on because I felt like I was missing out on a lot of things. I don't want you to feel like you're missing out on anything. Like right now, I'm not eating red meat. I don't feel like I'm missing out on it because I've programmed my mind to enjoy other types of meat. I've programmed my mind to enjoy chicken. I've programmed my mind to enjoy fish. So these things I'm enjoying, and I'm actually enjoying the results that I'm getting as well. So it's not like I had to quit living to give up red meat. The opposite. I'm living much more. I'm much more active. I'm doing more things with more people. My kids notice a higher level of physical activity with me. Now I can't go for long. I got to take my breaks, things like that. But the point of the matter is that I'm not missing out on life. I'm enjoying life much more than when I was on this crash course with my heart attack. Because I've changed. I've made changes about my life. The reason that those changes were so easy to make is because of the use of hypnosis. I am dedicated to having your choice to give up cigarettes as easy and as joyful as possible. What makes giving up cigarettes so non-joyful? One of the things is the brainwashing that's connected to cigarettes. Before we get into the actual brainwashing, let's think about this for a minute. Who benefits by keeping you brainwashed about cigarettes? I would say that the cigarette companies benefit from keeping you brainwashed about cigarettes. The cigarette companies want you to think that this is going to be so hard and so difficult to stop. The fear of that difficulty is what drives you to continue smoking. A lot of you know that you want to stop smoking. A lot of you know that it's not good for you. A lot of you see the effects, the negative effects that cigarette smoking is having on your life. But you're afraid to stop smoking, and the reason that you're afraid is because it's going to be way too hard. I have too much stress going on in my life right now in order to give this up at this point in my life. I want to wait for a time when I'm less stressed to give it up. I do understand that. I think it's solid, rational thinking on your part, but I also think that there's a portion of that logic that belongs to your addiction. Let's talk about your addiction for a while. Your addiction is like this little person that you've given birth to inside of you. The addiction loves nicotine. You might have an addiction to alcohol or whatever, I don't know, but as far as cigarettes are concerned, you have an addiction to cigarettes. And that little person inside of you, that addiction, wants that cigarette. If it doesn't get the nicotine, it throws tantrums. It throws fits. These fits are mild, and in just about 3 weeks' time, they're going to be totally non-existent, okay? That's how fast-acting and fast-going this is. But if you ever feed that addiction nicotine again in any form, it's going to keep it alive. And when it keeps it alive, it's going to start demanding that you feed it more and more and more nicotine. What I'd like to see happen is that you totally give up cigarettes for good, knowing in your mind that you're never going to smoke again. I used to smoke up to 3 packs a day. I am not tempted to smoke anymore. I have a joy in my heart that I don't smoke. If I had smoked all these years, I would have had that heart attack probably 15 years sooner. My brother did, my brother Mike. My brother Mike died at 46 years old from a heart attack. The doctors told him, if you don't quit your smoking, you're going to have another heart attack. He wound up having 3 actually in his life, and the 3rd one killed him. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is this. I have a peace in my heart that I'm not going to smoke ever again. And that peace comes from the standpoint that I've really gotten rid of the subconscious programming that says to smoke. And I've also gotten rid of the brainwashing. The brainwashing is this, that it's going to be difficult to give up smoking. The brainwashing is that you're going to be so stressed out when you start having withdrawal pains that, and actually they call them withdrawal pains. They're not pains. They're urges. They're pangs. It's a gentle urging to smoke, really. From a physical standpoint, from the physical addiction standpoint, it's a very gentle urge to smoke. The mental standpoint is much stronger. Mark Bankemper here, www.committoquitsmoking.com. If you want to smoke, that's your business. If you want to stop, that's mine. See ya.